So the news broke the other day that Ubisoft is going to be skipping E3 2023 this year because obviously E3 is not as much of an attraction as it once was. We all know that Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony has decided not to appear this year, and it's not too surprising considering the fact that all those corporations are they really don't need E3. They have their own platforms that they can use to promote their games and their products and all that stuff. Nintendo has their direct presentations that they do at least once a year. Sony has State of Play. Not too long ago, I believe Capcom did I believe it was sometime in 2022, late in 2022. Capcom did a presentation for our Resident Evil, several upcoming Resident Evil games. One of them was Resident Evil 4 Remake, the title that everybody was waiting for because they really didn't want to see anything else that they were showing out. But yeah, it seemed like E3 has not been what it once was in the past couple of years, especially considering the fact that in about 5 years or so, we had two E3 events canceled, one of them in 2020, the other one last year in 2022. There was an E3 event in 2021, but I believe it was mainly virtual. And yeah, it's a shame that Ubisoft's not going to be at this year's E3 event. And what you see here on the screen is gameplay footage of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which came out back in 2020. It's probably one of the most popular games that Ubisoft has ever made. Basically, everybody has their own respective opinion on what the best installment was. Some will go with 2, some would go with Black Flag, some would go with Odyssey, but Valhalla has had at least 20 million players since its release. So it's a really big game, and it's probably the best thing that Ubisoft has going. And if Ubisoft were to appear at E3 this year, a lot of people would probably expect a new Assassin's Creed game, or at least more info about an upcoming Assassin's Creed game. Because honestly, I think it's too soon for Far Cry 7 because Far Cry came out not too long ago. I believe it was over a year ago or something like that. Far Cry 6 came out, and pretty much we're going to be waiting for probably, I'd say, at least another year before another Far Cry game comes out, but I'm not entirely sure. I still think it's way too soon, but I don't think it's too soon for a brand new Assassin's Creed game. And I wouldn't be surprised if we learned more details about it before the end of 2023, but it's probably going to be on a different platform, probably one of their platforms. And yeah, I mean, I don't think this is really a good sign for, I guess, E3 in general, because if E3 2023 looks like this with companies like Ubisoft, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, skipping, then basically, what's next year going to look like, hoping that there's not like another, pandemic or whatever. But I think, all those days are behind us. At least I hope that's the case, and there's no more, vaccines and stuff like that. But we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, Ubisoft skipping 2023 is probably a blow to the event itself more so than it is to Ubisoft. And honestly, I hope Ubisoft decides to give us more information about this upcoming Assassin's Creed game before the year is over.